Australia today stands at a critical crossroads. It is a developed nation with strong institutions, but beneath that strength lies a growing challenge, a shortage of skilled workers that is affecting almost every major sector of the economy. As of 2026, Australia has over 337,000 job vacancies across the country, a clear sign that demand for workers is outpacing supply. In fact, nearly 1 in 3 occupations is experiencing a skills shortage, particularly in healthcare, construction, IT, and education. This is not a short-term issue, it is structural. Why Australia needs skilled workers? Australia has an aging population, declining birth rates, and fewer young people entering trades and critical professions. At the same time, industries like healthcare and aged care are expanding rapidly. The healthcare sector alone is projected to employ millions more workers by 2034. Australia is facing a shortage of around 100,000 nurses by 2025, rising even further by 2030. Rural and regional areas are already struggling, with significantly fewer doctors and nurses per capita. This is why skilled migration is not just an option, it has become a necessity. The role of Indian skilled workers. India has emerged as one of the largest contributors to Australia's skilled workforce. It is now one of the top countries of birth for migrants in Australia, with the fastest growth in recent years. Indian professionals are particularly present in healthcare, doctors, nurses, carers, IT and engineering, education and research, small business and entrepreneurship. But it is important to be clear, Australia does not need just more migrants, it needs the right migrants. There is a real difference between skilled professionals who integrate, contribute, and uplift the system, and those who exploit loopholes, misuse education pathways, or remain disconnected from the workforce. A strong migration system must recognize this difference. The reality, it's not perfect. There are valid concerns within Australia. Pressure on housing and infrastructure, abuse of student visa pathways, skill mismatches where migrants cannot work in their trained professions. In fact, hundreds of thousands of skilled migrants are unable to fully utilize their qualifications due to recognition barriers, costing the economy billions. So the issue is not simply more migration, it is better migration management. Fixing the system, what Australia can do. Australia is already moving toward reforms, and more needs to be done. 1. Stronger skill assessment systems. Ensure qualifications are genuine and job-ready. Faster recognition of overseas degrees. 2. Prioritize high-demand sectors. Healthcare, aged care, construction, and tech. 3. Tighter student visa pathways. Reduce misuse of education as a backdoor to residency. 4. Focus on integration. Language, cultural adaptation, and workforce readiness. 5. Regional migration incentives. Direct skilled workers to areas that need them most. What India can do. India also has a role to play in improving the quality of migration. Strengthen vocational and practical training. Align education with global industry standards. Crack down on fraudulent agents and fake colleges. Prepare migrants not just academically, but culturally and professionally. The university and education crisis. Australia's education system has increasingly relied on international students as a revenue model. This has created distortions. Universities prioritizing volume over quality. Degrees not aligned with real job market needs. Students graduating without employable skills. Fixing this requires stronger regulation of institutions, better industry-linked education, clear pathways from study to skilled employment. The bottom line. Australia cannot sustain its current economic growth without skilled migration, including from India, that much is true. But saying Australia cannot survive without Indian labor is an overstatement. A more accurate and balanced truth is this. Australia depends on skilled migration to remain competitive and functional. India is one of the most important partners in supplying that talent. But the future depends on quality, integrity, and integration, not just numbers.